this time of year, we look for stories about Christmas, and often they're the same themes, and in some cases, unfortunately, the same themes over and over again. One of them, of course, is that people are going to drown despite the warnings about being careful around the water. The other thing that you can guarantee at Christmas and in the new year is that people who have bought their kids pets or animals for Christmas because they think it's a great thing, the real world kicks in and they don't want them. And life isn't good for those pets or animals. And also that people go on holiday and sometimes they leave their pets in bad condition and it's hot and the weather, the temperature goes up and animals get left in cars. And it might be, so this story is called a Hardy Annual. It doesn't mean it's not important. So to talk about animal welfare and your responsibilities as a decent human being in regards to animal welfare in the months ahead, we are joined now by Dr. Corey. Now, hopefully I get this name right. Regnerus-Kell. Doctor, did I get that completely wrong?
Close enough. Regnerus-Kell.
Regnerus. Ah, okay, I get it now. I get the convention now. Regnerus-Kell. Where's that from?
Originally Dutch, apparently. I've been told several times that I don't pronounce it with enough phlegm in the middle. But yeah, that's right. That's right.
Okay. Look, can I call you Corey?
Absolutely.
Okay, Corey. Firstly, just give us an overview of the SPCA, because I'll tell you, I was talking to someone last night involved in animal welfare as a business, and she said, geez, I feel for the SPCA. They have to do things by the book because they're the regulator of animal welfare standards as well as being involved in it. They can't go in and just take an animal that's being abused. They got to do everything by the book. And they get way too hard a time for the wonderful work they do. So tell us the work the SPCA does do, how you see yourselves.
Oh, perfect. Well, firstly, thanks for the feedback. I think it is hard for the staff. So my role is General Manager of Animal Services, and I look after the Animal Welfare Inspectorate, as well as all of our center and shelter network and our national desexing or the spay and neutering service that we provide as well. So the SPCA is a pretty large organization, been around for 150 years now, which we're quite proud of, based predominantly actually on volunteers. So we run nearly at a 1-to-10 ratio of staff to volunteers in order to make it work, because we are a charitable organization that is funded by the great donations of the New Zealand public. We get a small stipend from the New Zealand government that only covers about 10% of our total operating costs in order to help support the Animal Welfare Inspectorate. And we see thousands of animals that come through our doors every year, some good and some bad, that have endings that we don't like to see. But as your friend mentioned, it's exactly that. We have rules that we need to abide by, and the reason we abide by those rules is because we have to be able to set up a good case if we ever do need to take people to court over animal welfare issues. Yeah. And if we don't do it by the book, we get thrown out of court and nothing happens, and we're not reaching the gains that we need to make a change.
All right. We are heading into summer. We're heading into the festive season. What are the challenges, and do we have trends, or bad or good, in animal welfare in this time?
Yeah, it's a great question. And I think there's a few misnomers, but one of the things that you did talk about before, which is very true, is that we need to be really mindful of the concept of getting a pet as a present for Christmas, or for holidays, or for birthdays, or any event, really. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a living animal. They are sentient beings, so they have thoughts and feelings. And we don't want to be undermining the fact that that's there. And like you said before, too, is sometimes it seems like a really good idea, and then other times it's not. So one of the options that you could have instead of buying a pet for Christmas, and one of the things that we're always looking for, is foster homes. And especially over the holiday period, because people do travel and go away, we really struggle to get a foster network that's functional over the holiday period. So it's a nice way to see, maybe, is this a good time for a family pet to join in? Also, does it cost you anything to do it? And you're doing us a huge service by making sure that you keep pets.
What a great idea. This is like try before you buy, Corey.
Pretty much. That's the one. Yeah, it's a cost-effective solution, but it allows you to really make a responsible decision about, is this the right time, as you mentioned before.
Yeah, I think it's a huge decision, and I've got a colleague here at the platform has just got a dog, he and his partner. And I was talking to him last night. He said, it's like having a kid. He said, sleepless nights, you worry. And I said, yeah, but the dog, the cavoodle, is never going to ask for you to pay for its university education.
Fair enough.
All right, look, the other thing is, it is hotter. People are on holiday. If you like the routines, and I've always found having one of the great things when my late Pax, my dog, they create routine for you, and routine allows you to take care of them. They provide a balance to your life. Particularly a good dog, I would say, not so much a cat. They don't care. But the routines get changed during the holidays, and animals can fall through the cracks. How do we plan to integrate our dog or cat or the care of them into our holiday plans?
Yeah, it's a great point. And they do like routine just as much as we do. The good thing is that a lot of the times when you're going, I've got a few pets of my own. I've got a dog. And what I have found is it's actually become surprisingly easier to find accommodation that's pet friendly. So consider, if you can, take them with you. They love an adventure and a journey in most cases. So that's always a good one. But it is important to make sure that they do have a bit of a routine maintained, and that you make plans in advance. Trying to find boarding kennels or boarding facilities or pet sitters is all the real challenge over this time period. So you probably need to get onto that now if you want to make sure, because as you mentioned before as well, we don't want to see any pets that are left at home to kind of fend for themselves. While they are pretty self-sufficient, it's not quite the right look to leave them at home just to see how they get on.
Yeah, absolutely.